The ready-mix concrete industry is proud of its drivers and the fine driving record they've established. This presentation will familiarize you with the day-to-day activities of a ready-mix concrete truck mixer driver. Whether you're a new driver or a driver with many years of experience, this information will be helpful and may answer some questions about your daily activities as a ready-mix professional. A professional driver comes to work on time, appropriately dressed and ready to work. We suggest that you do not wear rings or loose jewelry. The customer judges the entire company by you. The ready-mix concrete industry's standard of excellence is reflected in your personal appearance and the appearance of your unit. Before your first trip of the day, a pre-trip inspection should be made. Let's go through the morning warm-up and inspection. We'll start with the engine. Check the engine oil, belts, power steering, coolant levels, and make sure the valves on the water tanks and air reservoirs are closed before starting your engine. Look underneath your truck for dripping or puddles, which may indicate water, oil, or fluid leaks. Make sure the mixer is not in gear. Lightly depress the accelerator pedal, then start the engine. Once started, check the oil pressure gauge first. Check horn, backup alarm, lights, tires, fuel, windshield wipers, and the mixer hydraulics for leaks. Reverse your drum before taking on your first load to get rid of any excess water that may have accumulated in the drum. Any radio problems should be reported. Each day, you will need a hammer, clipboard, pencil, hard hat, scraper, and brush with you. You will have to wear your hard hat at customers' job sites, designated hard hat areas, and while working immediately around a concrete mixer. Your morning warm-up and inspection should take less than 15 minutes. Your company may provide a checklist for you to fill in. Now that your warm-up and inspection are completed, you'll want to think about your first delivery of the day. It's important that the first delivery of the day is the easiest for you to be on time. If your first delivery is late, it affects our reliability in the eyes of the customer and delays deliveries for the rest of the day. Before we load, let's review the rules for getting in or out of the cab and on or off the mixer. 1. Never jump off your truck. 2. Use the 3-point system. 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 feet and 1 hand at all times. 3. Use the steps. Use the same steps each way, up and down. 4. Use the handholds. Face the truck and look at the handholds as you grip them. 5. Watch your footing each time. 6. Use the same procedure each time. 7. Get a firm footing on the ground before letting go of the handholds. While loading at the plant, you can save time by staying with your unit and being ready to pull under the plant. If you are delayed at the plant or a job site while loading or unloading, use the time to clean your unit. Keep the inside of your cab clean and do not carry unnecessary items. You may be the only direct contact the customer has with your company. While your truck is being loaded at the plant, start by making sure the hopper is not plugged. This is also the time to check your delivery ticket. If it appears incorrect, you should contact the dispatcher. Your dispatcher may enter the time loaded on your ticket. Before leaving the plant area, make sure the mixing procedure is complete. Do not use the plant water supply to rinse your unit while your unit is being loaded. Stay with your truck while being loaded, and you'll be prepared to pull out and not delay others waiting to be loaded. Dry batched concrete requires a minimum of 70 revolutions at mixing speed to properly mix your load. A central mix plant will have your load mixed before it is put in your truck. 30 additional revolutions are required for the load. The mixer driver is responsible for the slump when leaving the batch plant and on the job site. Your delivery ticket will also indicate the slump ordered, and it must be within 1/2 inch. Even if you think the customer may want it and you are still at the plant, do not add more water. By adding too much water, it will weaken the concrete. If you feel your drum is too full, to the point of spilling concrete, contact a supervisor. Before leaving the plant, determine the most direct route to the job site by using area maps. If the dispatcher gives you a route to take, be sure to use it. Remember to contact a supervisor if you are unable to leave the plant area by the dispatch time stamped on your delivery ticket. Check the delivery ticket for any building materials ordered with the concrete, and make certain that the necessary products are tied securely on your truck. If your truck is equipped with adjustable load axles, make sure they are properly set before you leave the yard. Check the gauge for the correct load setting. The load setting varies with the amount of concrete being loaded. Now you are loaded. Concrete weighs nearly 4,000 pounds per cubic yard. You are carrying 30 to 40,000 pounds of a fluid moving load. Once on the road, drive defensively and do not take any unnecessary risks. You have a better view of the road than the driver of a car, and you can use this advantage to help prevent accidents. While on your way to the job site, obey all speed limits and drive with caution. If your trucks have a seatbelt, you should wear it. When you arrive at the job site, make sure you are at the correct customer and that the delivery address is the address on the delivery ticket. If any other type of truck can be used other than the type requested, inform the dispatcher. If your truck is equipped with adjustable load axles, they should be adjusted according to your company's policies before leaving the road. Before entering job sites, make sure you will not run over building materials, tools, or unsafe ground. Be especially careful of utility lines. They carry a large amount of electricity, water, or gas. Do not try to position your chutes for pouring by yourself while backing. Have your customer direct you. You cannot drive over curbs, sidewalks, or driveways unless the customer signs a liability release. If you feel the customer is asking you to drive into an unsafe area, contact your supervisor. Injuries can occur during chute handling. The professional driver handles his own chutes. Make certain you have secure footing. Grasp the chute by the sides and keep your fingers away from the lip edge. Keep your hands away from pinch points. Use proper lifting techniques. Lift with your legs. Keep your back straight. Keep the load close to your body. Do not lift and twist with a load. Get help if the load is too heavy. When pouring foundation walls, you should position your truck square to the foundation to prevent cave-ins and rollovers. Ramps and dugout foundations present a danger of overturning. If you encounter a dangerous situation on any job site, explain the situation to the customer and call your supervisor. While at a job site, whenever you have any delay, either loading or unloading, use this time to clean your unit. Before you begin pouring on a job site, check your mix, inform the customer of the approximate slump, and have all chutes in place. If a customer requests that you add mixing water, you must write it on the delivery ticket. If you have to idle for more than 5 minutes while loaded, keep your engine running at 1200 RPM. If your load is delivered anywhere other than the listed address, you must record the new address on your ticket. You also have to list dispatch time, time arrived on job, and time leaving job on your ticket before you have the customer sign the ticket. You must also note if your load was tested at the job site. Remember that without the customer's signature, he cannot be billed for your load. When you've finished unloading, ask the customer where you can wash out. Leftover concrete is not to be unloaded at the job site. If all chutes are used while unloading, it should take no more than 10 minutes to wash out. Secure your chutes before leaving the job site. Time is important to all of us during the day, so do not make any unnecessary telephone calls or office visits while at the plant. To remain a leader in our industry, you must provide the best service and the best product. Never try to convince a customer to accept a load that is irregular or bad in any way below your company's standard of excellence. If a customer asks you to drag your feet, contact your dispatcher so you can be scheduled for your next delivery. Let's talk about using your radio. Due to the continuous use of radio frequencies, you should know exactly what you want to say before depressing the microphone button. When you do talk on radio, speak clearly and do not interrupt another call.
406 is ready, dispatch.
The radio channel you are using must be clear before you attempt to transmit. Otherwise, you may cut into another call. Some companies use status boxes. Your supervisor will instruct you how to use them. If you're trying to reach dispatch over the radio and the dispatcher does not respond to your call, wait until the channel is clear, or at least 30 seconds, and call again. Don't make unnecessary calls, and never use profanity while talking on the radio. To reduce service calls and breakdowns, perform morning and evening vehicle inspections. If your truck should break down, follow these procedures. 1. If possible, move your unit off the road to a safe location. However, don't try to move your truck if it will damage the truck or create a hazard. 2. Inspect your truck to determine the specific problem. Check your fuel supply. 3. Radio the dispatcher and give this information. Your unit number.
406, dispatch.
406, go ahead.
If it is an emergency, say so. Your exact location. The problem with your truck.
I have a problem with my lines here.
If it is a flat tire, which tire and what size?
Are you loaded?
If you are loaded, how much concrete is in the drum and how old it is?
Yeah, 10-4, I'm loaded. I got about a couple yards on. It's about an hour old.
Is the drum turning?
Is the drum turning?
10-4, the drum is turning.
Can you get back to the plant?
Do you think you can proceed to the job site or back to the plant?
No, I can't get back to the plant. I'm down.
10-4, 406, the mechanic is on the way.
4. If your radio is not working, use the nearest telephone to call the dispatcher. 5. Radio or call your yard so they know your situation. 6. Turn on your flashers and use your caution triangle. 7. Stay near your radio. The garage or dispatcher may need more information. 8. Be willing to help the mechanic during the service call. You can help reduce the downtime. If any emergency repair is being done on your unit and you find yourself with some spare time, you may want to use this time to clean your unit. You also should assist the mechanic working on your unit unless a supervisor has instructed you not to. On the road, you are looked at as a professional driver and must drive defensively at all times. When making 90-degree turns at intersections with loaded mixers, reduce to a safe and manageable speed. When using freeway interchanges and access ramps, slow down. Excess speed is the most frequent cause of accidents. When driving on freeways or interstate highways, change lanes gradually. You and your vehicle are representatives of your company. The public will see a mistake by one driver and think all of our drivers are careless. If you should be involved in an accident, follow these procedures. 1. Stop. In most jurisdictions, it is against the law to leave the scene of an accident. 2. Keep calm. Notify your dispatcher immediately or have someone do it for you. Tell the dispatcher your condition and location and if anyone is injured. The dispatcher will notify the police and call an ambulance. 3. Take all possible precautions to prevent traffic congestion at the scene of the accident. Such congestion frequently causes other accidents. Put out caution triangles or flares and direct traffic around your truck. 4. Identify yourself to others by giving name, address, and license number. Do not discuss the accident. 5. Do not discuss the accident with anyone except the police and the company. Know to whom you are talking and request proper identification if necessary. Request that any interview with police be held privately. Record the names and numbers of any police at the accident site. 6. Make a written record of what happened. Get the name and address of the other vehicle's owner, the driver, and the occupants of the vehicle or vehicles involved in the accident. Get the other vehicle's license number. If anyone is injured, try to record where they are being taken for treatment. Get the names and addresses of all eyewitnesses. Sketch the exact position of the vehicles before and after the accident. Also the width of the highway, the length of skid marks, and the distance from either curb to the spot where the accident occurred. Record current weather conditions and the condition of the road surface. 7. Do not accept any responsibility or blame for the accident. Who caused the accident will be decided later. Do not discuss who was at fault. 8. Do not sign anything except a police report or citation if the police require it. 9. Check the damage to both vehicles and make a note of it for future reference. This is important in case of a claim for damages, and it may be of assistance if a criminal charge is filed against you. In minor accidents, note any previous damage to the other vehicle that they may try to claim was done by you. 10. Report all accidents promptly to the dispatcher, even though they seem unimportant and you feel that you are not at fault. This includes property damage on job sites. Do not rely on the word of job personnel that everything will be taken care of. Damage claims have a way of suddenly appearing months after the accident and you've been told to forget it. 11. Come into the office and complete our accident report on the day of the accident. Turn in the accident report to your supervisor, no matter how small you think the accident was. An accident report must be completed and turned in to your supervisor if involved in any type of an accident. This must be done the same day of the accident. If you received a personal injury on the job, follow our on-the-job injuries instructions. 1. First, notify your immediate supervisor or dispatch. 2. You must notify someone, your employer, before obtaining medical assistance, if at all possible. 3. If injury is serious, nearest hospital. 4. If ambulance is required, nearest local ambulance service. In many areas, dial 911. If you find you are going to be absent from work, contact your supervisor. If you become ill or have an emergency overnight, notify your supervisor according to your company's policy. At the end of a workday, you must get approval from the dispatcher or plant supervisor before you wash out.
406, the dispatch. Are we done for today?
At the end of each day, your drum should be washed out thoroughly to prevent concrete building up inside the drum. The evening cleanup and inspection should take no longer than 15 minutes. On your vehicle equipment report, list each item in need of repair and hand in to your supervisor. Doing the following at evening vehicle inspection will make your inspection the next morning easier. Check lights and tires for possible repair. The mixer should be left in neutral when parked at night. And the water tank and water line should be drained if there is any danger of freezing. Your keys should be left in your garage or with the supervisor. Your windows and doors should be closed. And your fuel tank filled before parking your truck for the night. Before punching out for the day, be sure to review your time card and fuel card. It's been a good day. See you tomorrow. It's our hope that the information you have just heard and seen will help you understand the important job our drivers have. If you have any questions on the material presented, feel free to ask. We're here to help.
Most of them. From town. The dive site. Wet. New bubble. The ride is cushioned. It's required. Covered dive site. The dive shop. I can tell you what. Unique. On the island. Boat. A beautiful. Are no longer being sold in that with no service. And they will always from there on places. Is ideally watercolor.